Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at games that are RPG genre worth playing in 2022. This video is sponsored by the Gigolo with the most below. LX2. Game will be bigger and better than the first one, but the actual size of the world will remain the same. So LX2 will be more concentrated, just like the color of your pee when you're dehydrated. Also, the enemies will have better AI so that the game will be more difficult to beat, just like your ex's boyfriend. The open world concept has a balance of difficulties. You get to fly around, which is really cool, but you don't have a mount, so it's probably more like Dragon Ball Z than an open world RPG. Leaving LX2, we jump straight into Weird West. Here you'll discover a dark fantasy reimagining of the Wild West, where lawmen and gunslingers share the frontier with creepy adventures. Each playthrough is unique as the game tailors the story to your actions and past choices for the ideal dramatic arc. Because to be faced with these brutal choices has consequences, just like adding too much salt to your kebab makes it completely unedible. Weird West can be found on Steam. And from one weird game onto the next, Hogwarts Legacy. Well, I was never a huge Harry Potter fan because instead of Hogwarts, I was invited to tend my uncle's camels, which took pretty much all of my life. The camels are good though. I think the nice thing about this game is the ability to own a magic wand. Now, luckily, all men have magic wands, which we enjoy frequently, but I mean, this is just a different type of wand. Okay, Hogwarts Legacy. Elden Ring is a game themed around dark fantasy and has the ability for players to create their own custom characters instead of playing as a fixed protagonist. Developers also considered Elden Ring to be a more neutral evolution to the Souls series, as the game will be much larger in scale compared to the previous Souls games. This game features a more open world with gameplay mechanics such as horseback riding and combat. Zoria. I have already played the alpha version some time ago. I have a review coming up on my channel. And Zoria is one of the few things I still think about, aside potato salad, kebabs, and my uncle. I'm waiting for a full release because I will definitely play it again. I had a lot of fun and I think that Zoria is a hidden gem as far as AAA quality. And if you don't believe me, there's a demo on Steam. Avowed. It's a bit concerning that we don't have any gameplay yet. I mean, we're almost at the release time and it's supposed to come out this year, and we don't have anything else to look at other than trailers and CGI. Sadly, but if this is inspiration for the real deal, I'm all ears and eyes and peepees. I mean, just look at this. It looks amazing. Leaving the peepees alone, and we jump to Starfield. Starfield is like a Skyrim in space. This game will put you in the role of a new recruiter to the Constellation, an organization charged with exploring space around 300 years into our future, probably run by Elon Musk. You will start the game by selecting a character, background, and further customization to the past, which will impact the story. You'll also have a robot named Vasco who will aid you in your journey, as many other potential robotic companions. So if you're really into this type of universe, then you should definitely check out Starfield. Moving on to Babylon's Fall, this game is a hack and slash cooperative RPG game that looks somewhat similar to Godfall. People who played the closed beta said a lot of nice things about the combat of the game and variety of missions as well. Here you'll explore a rich fantasy setting that draws inspiration from the medieval oil paintings. Pretty cool. So if you're into hacking and slashing, you know what to go for. This is a skill-driven RPG-inspired classic turn-based game is set in a rich fantasy world resembling the darkness period of the Middle Ages. In Aloth, you will find unique combat and reputation system allowing you to unlock quests, 12 companions with their own backstories, and the world lore in collaboration with legendary Chris Avalon, a dude who put his filthy fingers on such games as Pillars of Eternity, Neverwinter Nights 2, The Old Republic, and many other great classics. What we're looking at here is Tinytina. This adventure was a DLC for the Borderlands itself that came out in 2013. Later it was released as a standalone game and flopped massively. It has a mixed reviews on Steam, so developers decided to take another shot. Let's hope they don't fail just as bad as they did the first time. Tiny Tina. So if you're into Tina, go check her out. Talking about great games, Forspoken, one of the most anticipated games in this list. Some hybrid between Devil May Cry, Returnal, and probably many other action hack and slash games with huge presence of magic powers. Here you'll be transported from New York directly to a magical land. Yeah, it's just like in a child's book where stuff just happens for some stupid reason and you'll just have to accept it. The game is an open world parkour RPG where you can customize spells and uncover secrets of the corrupted lands. It's a really great game and I look forward to playing. Why did I have problems saying playing it? Well, anyway, this is Sandrock. In this indirect My Time at Portia sequel, you'll explore the vast desert surrounding Sandrock, diving into ruins to find ancient relics from the old world, and return to your hometown with a bag full of loot. The game is open world and is heavily inspired by the legendary animator Miyazaki. And over to one of my more favorite games, Baldurs III. There's no guarantee that we will see a full release of the game this year, but Larian, the studio which is creating the huge title, is hoping for that. So let's hope together with them. I played the early access game back in 2020 and I really enjoyed it. So I'm really hoping that they get their acts together and get this game published. If you enjoy turn based fighting, this is really something that you should put on your list for 2021. Just keep in mind that when the full game releases, you'll have to start over because unfortunately you can't copy your saves. I first heard about Black Faith Forsaken a little over a week ago when I was doing the research for the video, and I couldn't believe that no one else was talking about it. The game looks incredibly good. It's an RPG soul like game which has a lot of magic implemented in it, not just plain hit, roll, and die. Anyway, this game has incredible visuals, and if these will match the gameplay just half, we'll have a great hit on our hands, no doubt. Black Faith Forsaken. Next up is On December. In this action RPG, you'll find no defined classes. You can freely change your classes and skills and weapons to match your unique gameplay. You know, there's no rogue, but you like a bit of magic, you can mix them up. You can join raids of up to 8 people and create guilds that can have up to 50 people in it. So it might have an ability to create some good social networking and some great gameplay. On December. Broken Roads is a narrative driven RPG that brings exploration, strategy, turn based combat, and meaningful philosophical choices. It's set in a post apocalyptic Australia with authentic Australian locations and environments. So, if this gives us a glimpse into the future, Australia has basically become a post apocalyptic land and the huge Pfizer's has taken over. This game has great dialogue and interaction between players. It's turn-based, that needs a bit of strategy in order to get through, and you really need to use your head. There's also a variety of skills and abilities for each of your characters that can have synergy with each other. Broken Roads can be found on Steam. On to the next. The Last Orikyu. Is that said right? I don't know. I doubt that you've ever heard about this story-driven action RPG that puts you in the middle of the ongoing conflict between two races and a partly terraformed planet, isolated from outer space by a protective barrier, just like here. Your decisions will bring interesting twists to the gameplay. You can also heavily influence the conflict. The game also has multiple endings and really decent graphics. Spark in the Dark is an atmospheric RPG dungeon crawler in the medieval dark fantasy setting where the hero sneaks into the depths of the grim dungeon created thousands of years ago. There's no proof that the game will come out this year, but the constant updates from the developers and the great free demo version which you can play as Steam lets us hope that they might get it by the end of the year. Return to Nongrin is a dark third-person fantasy RPG adventure survival game set in a world of zombie-infested dwarven lore. Here you will go on an adventure and unravel the mysteries and the legends about Stonebeard. Your torch is essential. It's not only a flame to light your way, but also your primary weapon to keep those monsters off your back. We haven't seen a Dwarven game for quite some time, so I'm actually looking forward to give Return of Nongrin a try when it comes out. Moving swiftly on to Achilles Legends Untold. Here you will take control of a man with a really weak heel, but a very strong everything else, including his balls. The journey will take you to many different corners of the mythological lands where you will obtain powerful artifacts that can help launch your enemies directly into space. This game seems to be easy to learn but quite difficult to master, so let's hope it's not a Dark Souls destroyer. Alright, on to the next. Bringing up the bootylicious rear is the Dark Envoy. This is a non-linear RPG with reward exploration and emphasis on tactical combat layered with lore and strategy. Here you will explore the world using Skyship, your base of operations in reality, and watch how the world changes based on your decisions and actions. In Dark Envy, your world's locations will randomly respawn, becoming progressively more challenging to travel to for you and your party. It will require you to really think about where you want to go. I know it's a bit difficult, this thinking part, but I mean, we almost get through on a daily basis, so let's hope we do with this game too. Anyway, Dark Envoy should be coming out later this year, and you can find it on Steam. Thank you for watching. Think about subscribing for more videos like this and press the bell notification button if you're already subscribed. I mean, I have 10 subscribers. So if you're one of these 10 people, I just want to tell you, I love you long time. Peace.